The year is 10,953. In the night's darkness, kids played a strange game in a salt circle. Suddenly, the candle goes out and one of their belongings falls behind them. They are all scared. Quickly, within 10 seconds, they relight the candle. One child says, "It's 3:33 a.m. The game is over. I'm not playing anymore." Just then, they hear a scary voice saying the game isn't over. Hearing this, one girl becomes very frightened. She steps over the salt circle, revealing a pool of blood. This shows the spirit they summoned was present. The game had taken a child's life. The other two kids are terrified by this scene. They quickly flee downstairs, and when they check the clock, they are stunned to see it's still 3:30. There are 3 minutes left for the game to finish. Scared, one boy dashes out of the house, doesn't he? They warn him not to break the rules or we'll be in trouble, but when he doesn't listen to her, the consequences are dire. The one who had previously killed one of their companions also tears apart his body and only one survives. She comes inside the house and we see the door close by itself. Years pass and we are shown an elderly Anna who now lives in the same pit with her grandchild Alex. Alex hears a terrifying voice in the form of Anna. When she goes to check, Anna is sitting there very calmly. Alex quietly goes away. Anna says to Alex, "Can you get my mirror? It's in the attic. I haven't seen it since I was a child." Alex found this request odd but went to the attic to fetch it. When she arrived, someone scared her. It was a figure draped in a white sheet, but when the sheet was removed, it was just a statue. In the attic, she opened a chest with various items, a gun, bullets, a strange box tied with ropes, and the mirror. She was examining the mirror when suddenly someone approached her. It was indeed her companion, the voice Alex had been yearning to hear for quite some time. She was so engrossed in her work that she didn't realize until they encountered each other. They commenced scrutinizing everything. Miles noticed the box secured with rope and decided to open it. Inside were peculiar and unsettling items: candles, a sheet of paper listing numerous names with droplets of blood, including Anna's. This made Alex feel uneasy. There were also photographs with names inscribed on the reverse side along with "It was written well." As she checked the items that scared them, she suddenly shouted, "Why open this game box?" and then fainted. Panicking, they called the doctor, Anna's childhood friend, who had been treating Poena since Anna got ill. The doctor said Anna needed rest. They should ensure she rests as much as possible and avoid the attic. The childhood incident is something she still hasn't forgotten. They understood his advice. They keep listening. Meanwhile, an hour after giving an injection, leaves the room and Eve has already opened her eyes as if nothing happened. Then, she locks herself in a cupboard. The doctor and Energy had both left the house. After they left, Alex and his friend started talking. What game were the doctor and Anna discussing? What about the game makes them so afraid? We should check it out too. They then go to the attic and open the same box, finding an instruction page. Upon reading it, they realize that the paper they have requires them to put their and along with that, they had to put their phone on, after which they had to light a candle and turn off all the lights. They do this too and then go and stick that page above their main door and then mark 22 on their main door, in such a way that the last knock happens exactly at 12. As Alex kept knocking, NR, who was locked inside the cupboard, was getting scared. But as soon as it struck 12, Anna started laughing in a strange and eerie manner. After this, they read the instruction page again, which said "Midnight Man, now inside the house. It has arrived. You must survive until 3:33, that's the survivor team." But now the instruction page appeared. They had to find the other half of the page to complete the instructions, for which Alex's friend Miles wanted to go on the attack. Meanwhile, Alex heard some strange noises coming from Anna's room. She went to check it out. Anna wasn't in her room. Alex got scared. She placed her candle aside and opened the porch room where Anna had started to hide. Meanwhile, Miles was given the instruction page on the attack. It was written that they must not let their candle go out. If their candle extinguished, they had to relight it within 10 seconds. If not, the Midnight Man will show them such terrifying visions that they will die from fright. NX had gone to check the washroom and her candle went out without her noticing, and the Midnight Man came up behind her to scare her. As soon as the Midnight Man appeared, NX was seen on her bed and she was delayed. The next moment, the demon picked her up and threw her against the wall. She was still against the wall when blood started filling the tub below, and in a bizarre way, Alex emerged from it where Anna was sitting. Something was going wrong, and as soon as he said that, Alex, who was in the bathroom, started screaming loudly. At that moment, Mahalsa wanted to calm her down, so he held her face and told her, "Alex, everything is fine here. It was just your imagination that was showing you the Midnight Man. There's nothing here." Hearing this, she calmed down a bit and returned to normal. Alex quickly made a circle of salt around her and then lit her candle. He mentioned that he had found the other half of the instructions, according to which we can stay in one place. "We can sit here, but we must keep moving. Don't let your candle go out. If it does, quickly step into the salt circle and stand up. It's our protection," he tells his companion. There's an easy way to scare the Midnight Man. If someone isn't afraid of his illusions, he'll eventually give up and flee, thinking, "I'll face him, and no matter what, I won't be scared." This way, he'll run away. And our lives will be saved from this game. The way to summon the Midnight Man was for her to extinguish her candle. Even 10 seconds after extinguishing the candle, the Midnight Man hadn't appeared before her. He was watching all this when suddenly the Midnight Man grabbed her from behind and put his hand inside her mouth, pulling it in a terrible way, causing her a lot of pain. He tells her, "I know you're afraid of pain, that's why I'm giving you pain." Before Miles could react to anything, the Midnight Man says, "Someone else is calling me," and leaves. After he left, the two of them took a brief moment to catch their breath. They were still talking when there was a knock at the door, and they realized it was their friend whom they had invited for a night out. Seeing them distressed, she asked them the reason for their worry, and they explained everything about the game. Kylie found the game interesting too and said she would also like to participate, despite their attempts to dissuade her. However, she was not deterred and wrote her name on the paper attached to the gate, even adding her blood to it. Thus, she became part of the scheme. The three of them then lit their candles. They start wandering around, and here Elle shares her past story with everyone. Her mother had hanged herself right in front of her, and before hanging herself, Anna had also requested the same mirror from Alex's mother. This clearly means that Alex's mother had also played that game and, out of fear of the Midnight Man, had taken her own life. These people were discussing this when the Midnight Man wanted to come after them again, and suddenly their candles went out, which they managed to relight just in time. However, water started dripping from above, causing Kylie's candle to go out again. Her candle once again. It was nearing completion. Consequently, they swiftly formed a protective circle of salt around Kylie and instructed her to remain within it while they fetched her a new candle. Once they departed, she began conversing with herself, asserting, "I am not frightened of the Midnight Man whatsoever." She was still uttering these words when the Midnight Man manifested before her once more. He toppled a vessel of water, which gradually began to erode her salt circle. She was unable to disrupt the salt circle or step outside of it. Therefore, she seized a nearby pot and emptied all its soil in front of her to halt the water. She drops it in front of her, stopping the water, but the Midnight Man was now angry. He picks up the entire water drum and throws it. By doing so, her salt circle was completely broken, and now the Midnight Man could attack her. He transformed the space into a rabbit, because in her childhood, Kylie had killed a rabbit. In no time, the Midnight Man viciously attacks her and slits her throat with a knife. She suddenly came out of the trance and realized she was alive. Meanwhile, we are shown that the doctor, whom they had met before, had also arrived at the pit. He glanced at a game page attached to the main door and told them that they should not have played this game. It seemed as if he already knew everything about the game. Indeed, this was true because when Anna played this game as a child in 1953, the doctor was present in the same room. The doctor did not participate with her because he was afraid, and Anna had also advised him against it. That he is very young. They say that everyone died that night. Only Anna was saved. Not only that, the most shocking thing she tells them is that after that day, "Anna, you work for the Midnight Man, supplying him with humans. She provides people with whom he can play the deadly game and take their lives. The Midnight Man absolutely dislikes losing, so if someone starts to win, he cheats." We are shown Kylie again, who was in her childhood room, and in front of her was the same dead rabbit she had buried. She picks up the rabbit, and immediately the Midnight Man appears before her, saying, "Your game is over." As he says this, we see Gyna dead. He goes, not into this room but to the same spot where he had stabbed himself before. When everyone else gets there, they're now really scared. The doctor tells them, "We must go to the emetic and stop the foreign skin, or we'll all be killed." They quickly make a salt circle and stand inside it, and just then, Anaj arrives. Crying, Anaj asks, "Why did you kill my mum? Why send her into the eye-tech with the mirror? Why trap her? What was her fault?" The answer to all these questions is simply that Did you lose the game? Whose friend are you seeing? The doctor wasn't inside the salt circle. NOC. Says, get in the circle or you will die. And the doctor replies, how can I when I'm not in the game? Then Anna's phone rings. She tells the caller, if not the demon, I'll kill you myself. With that, she violently attacked her friend, stabbing him in the chest with a hidden knife. He killed him. Meanwhile, we see that Alex also picked up the gun that was kept nearby in a box. They try to stop Corinna with this sacrifice, and when Anna doesn't stop, Alex shoots her, and unintentionally, Alex ends up killing her grandmother, Thenur. Anna doesn't want to be here at midnight, and seeing this, they both say, you can't kill us because we are inside the salt circle. They stayed inside the salt circle until 4 AM, and as soon as it seemed the danger was over, Miles was the first to step out of the circle. He comes out and checks the doctor. Is he alive? But he had sacrificed his life for these people. Suddenly, Miles's gaze falls on his watch. It was showing 3:30, which meant that the Midnight Man had been cheating them all along. Even though it was 4 o'clock, he had set all the clocks to 3:30 and the game was supposed to end at 3:33. Miles was standing outside the circle. The Midnight Man quickly comes and grabs him by the head, inserting his large, easy-eyed hand into his mouth and he kills. And in the end, only Alex survives. What happens to her is not shown. According to the tradition of the movie, the Midnight Man would use Alex like an AI to bring him humans to play with. But without showing any of this, the story ends here.